When Manchester City signed Reijnders for €80 million, fans wondered, is he the next De Bruyne or just another expensive gamble?
Manchester City have announced the signing of Tijjani Reijnders on a 5-year deal from AC Milan.
His debut against Wolves answered that question emphatically, scoring, assisting and dominating the midfield like a seasoned veteran.
Signings, doing good things as well. Which one impressed you the most?
Reijnders.
But here's the scary truth. His impact goes far beyond stats. This isn't just a replacement, it's a revolution. So, how did Guardiola turn him into City's new midfield maestro overnight? In this video, we break down the tactics, the stats, and the moments that prove Reijnders might already be the most important signing of the season. The moment Reijnders made his Premier League debut against Wolves, it became clear this wasn't an ordinary signing. City had struggled in midfield without De Bruyne and Rodri, recording their lowest chance creation numbers in 5 seasons during the games before his arrival. All eyes were on whether the Dutch midfielder could handle the physicality and pace of English football straight from Serie A. He silenced doubters within 40 minutes. His opening goal came from a quick assist from Oscar Bob at the edge of the box, taking one touch to control a difficult pass before slotting it past the keeper with his second. But it was his assist that showed why Guardiola wanted him. Spotting Bernardo Silva's run across the defensive line, he played a disguised pass between 3 defenders that cut Wolves open completely. Sky Sports cameras caught Jamie Redknapp shaking his head in disbelief, calling it the kind of vision you can't coach. Training ground footage later revealed why Guardiola started him immediately, despite being new to the squad. Staff reported he mastered positional drills in 2 sessions that usually take new signings weeks. The stats backed up the hype too. 92% pass accuracy, 11 progressive carries, and 3 clear chances created. Most impressively, he completed all 6 of his attempted long balls, showing the range City had missed without De Bruyne. By full time, fans weren't just excited, they were relieved. Here was a player who didn't need months to adapt, who understood Guardiola's system instinctively, and who performed under the intense pressure of replacing a club legend. His movement between the lines gave City something they'd lacked all season, a midfielder who could receive the ball in tight spaces and immediately turn defense into attack. When the whistle blew, even Pep allowed himself a rare, satisfied smile on the touchline. This wasn't just a good debut, it was a statement that City's midfield revolution had found its leader. Reijnders' impact at Manchester City, it didn't come out of nowhere. At AC Milan, he'd already established himself as one of Serie A's most complete midfielders. Under Stefano Pioli's system, he became the key link between defense and attack, consistently breaking lines with his progressive passing and intelligent movement. Last season alone, he contributed 10 goals and 4 assists while playing primarily as a box-to-box midfielder. What made him stand out wasn't just his output, it was how he achieved it. His 85% pass accuracy in the final third caught Guardiola's attention early, showing the precision City lacked after De Bruyne's injury. Milan ultras protested outside the training ground when his departure became official, mourning the loss of their midfield orchestrator. The €80 million fee seemed steep to some, but City recognized his rare combination of attributes: press resistance, vision, and goal-scoring threat from midfield. In the Champions League, Reijnders proved he could dominate against elite competition. Against PSG, he completed 6 dribbles past their midfield while maintaining a 90% pass accuracy. His ability to receive the ball under pressure and drive forward opened up defenses all season. Milan's reliance on his ball progression became obvious in games he missed. Their average possession dropped by 8% without him on the pitch. City's scouts tracked his development for over a year, noting how his game matured under Pioli's guidance. Unlike traditional playmakers, Reijnders combined creative passing with relentless defensive work, averaging nearly 10 kilometers per game covered. His heat maps consistently showed influence across all thirds of the pitch, exactly the versatility Guardiola demands from his midfielders. When the transfer opportunity arose, City moved decisively, despite the price, securing a player already proven at Europe's highest level rather than gambling on potential. The comparisons between Reijnders and De Bruyne started immediately after his signing, but they're not entirely fair. While both operate in similar areas of the pitch, their games have distinct differences. De Bruyne built his reputation on defense splitting through balls and dynamic runs into the box, while Reijnders prefers to dictate play from deeper positions before making late arrivals into attacking areas. Statistically, their creative output is closer than many expected. Both average around 2.3 chances created per 90 minutes, though De Bruyne historically accumulated more assists due to City's lethal finishes. What stands out though is Reijnders' ball progression. He completes more successful dribbles per game, 1.8 versus 1.2, and progresses the ball 12% further with his carries. His defensive work rate also surpasses De Bruyne's, with 2.5 ball recoveries compared to 1.7. Guardiola, he's been quick to temper expectations, emphasizing they're different players. Kevin was unique in how he saw the game, but Tijjani brings other qualities, he said in a recent press conference. Analysts note Reijnders' tendency to time his runs later than De Bruyne, often becoming an extra attacking option during build-up rather than initiating moves. This subtle difference creates new passing lanes and overloads that opponents struggle to contain. The Dutch midfielder's ability to receive the ball under pressure stands out. While De Bruyne excelled at quick one-touch passes, Reijnders frequently uses his body to shield possession before picking progressive options. Opponents find it difficult to dispossess him as he turns sharply away from markers. His defensive awareness also helps City win back possession higher up the pitch, something that wasn't De Bruyne's strength. These nuanced differences, they explain why Reijnders could succeed where others failed to replicate De Bruyne. Rather than trying to imitate him, he's carving out his own path in Guardiola's system, one that builds on his strengths while addressing some of the team's previous vulnerabilities. The comparison to De Bruyne might have set initial expectations, but Reijnders is rapidly establishing his own identity at City. Guardiola's system requires midfielders who can think 3 passes ahead while maintaining defensive discipline, a combination few players master. When De Bruyne left, City lacked someone who could both create chances and prevent counters in transition. Reijnders arrived with exactly this skill set, though adapting to Pep's intricate positional play usually takes newcomers months to grasp. The Dutch international's versatility proved crucial. Guardiola immediately deployed him in multiple roles as a deep-lying playmaker against low blocks, a box-to-box presence in big games, and even as an advanced playmaker when chasing results. His most effective position has been the left-sided number 8 role, where he forms devastating overloads with Bob and Grealish. Their combination play accounts for 35% of City's left-side attacks since his arrival, compared to just 22% before. What sets Reijnders apart is his spatial awareness under pressure. Opponents find it nearly impossible to press him effectively. He completes 88% of passes when closed down, the highest rate in City's midfield. Guardiola particularly values how he angles his body to receive passes, always creating multiple passing options before the ball arrives. This subtle skill, it helps City break pressing traps that previously troubled them. Defensively, Reijnders provides coverage opponents often underestimate. His average position is 5 yards deeper than De Bruyne's, allowing him to intercept counters before they develop. He's won 65% of his defensive duels in pre-season games while committing just 0.8 fouls per game, showing discipline alongside his tackling ability. Guardiola's system demands players who can fulfill multiple functions seamlessly, and in Reijnders, he's found a midfielder who does this instinctively. While he may not replicate De Bruyne's highlight reel assists, his all-round game makes City more balanced and perhaps more dangerous in the long run. Reijnders' fitness record, it remains the biggest question mark over his long-term impact at Manchester City. While he played 85% of Milan's matches last season, an 8-game absence with a hamstring strain raised concerns about his durability. The Premier League's relentless schedule and physical demands pose an even greater challenge. English clubs play 15% more high-intensity sprints per game than Serie A sides, based on league tracking data. City's medical team took preventative measures immediately after his signing. They designated a personalized conditioning program focused on strengthening his hamstrings and hip flexors, areas where he's previously had issues. Training staff report he's adapted well, showing improved muscle elasticity in preseason tests. Guardiola also manages his minutes carefully, substituting him in 65% of matches once the results look secure. His playing style might actually help reduce injury risks. Unlike traditional box-to-box midfielders who rely on explosive movements, Reijnders prefers quick changes of direction over pure speed. His technical approach, it means he gets fouled less often. He suffered only 1.3 fouls per game in Serie A, compared to the league averages of 2.1 for midfielders. The Premier League's stricter protection of technical players also works in his favour. Early signs, they are positive. He's completed all 6 of City's pre-season friendlies without discomfort. Sports scientists note his running metrics show better fatigue resistance than at Milan, likely due to City's advanced recovery protocols. But the real test comes during the winter fixture crunch, when injuries typically spike. If Reijnders stays healthy, City could have their midfield anchor for the next 5 years. At 25, he's entering his physical prime, with room to improve. Guardiola knows better than anyone that availability often separates good signings from truly great ones. The club reportedly included performance-based clauses in his contract tied to appearance milestones, showing how seriously they take this factor. While his talent is undeniable, Reijnders' ability to handle the Premier League grind, it will ultimately determine his legacy at the club. Reijnders arrived at Manchester City facing an impossible task, replacing Kevin De Bruyne while establishing his own identity. At 25 years old, he represents something more significant than just filling a gap. City's midfield was transitioning into a new era, and Reijnders has quickly become central to that evolution. His developing partnership with Rodri shows promising chemistry, with the two combining for more successful passes per game than Rodri previously managed with any midfielder besides De Bruyne. What makes Reijnders different from previous attempts to replace De Bruyne is how naturally he complements City's young attacking core. His movements create space for Foden to drift inside, while his late runs into the box pair perfectly with Haaland's tendency to drop deeper. Early training footage shows him taking younger players aside to explain positioning, suggesting he's already embracing a leadership role beyond his years. Guardiola recently noted how quickly he's adapted to the club's culture, something that often takes foreign signings much longer. Statistically, Reijnders brings balance that previous City midfields lacked. His defensive contributions allow Rodri to push forward more, while his ball retention skills prevent dangerous counterattacks. In possession, he averages 12% more possessive carries than De Bruyne did last season, showing a different approach to breaking lines. The club's data analysts report his decision-making in transition situations ranks in the 98th percentile, compared to midfielders across Europe's top leagues. Rather than living in De Bruyne's shadow, Reijnders is carving his own path. His style represents the next phase of Guardiola's evolution, less reliant on individual brilliance, more focused on collective fluency. With his prime years ahead and a system tailored to his strengths, he's not just replacing a legend, but building something new. City's decision to make him their second highest earner shows how seriously they view his role in the future. The best may still be yet to come. Reijnders may be new to Manchester City, but he's already reshaping expectations. His seamless transition from Serie A to the Premier League shows he's more than just a replacement, he's an evolution. The numbers don't lie. His progressive carries, defensive work rate, and creative output suggest City might have upgraded their midfield without realizing it. While De Bruyne's legacy is unmatched, Reijnders offers something different, a player equally comfortable breaking lines or stifling counters. At just 25, his best years are still ahead. The scary truth? Manchester City's future looks even brighter than their recent past, and Reijnders is at the center of it all.